All right, in this demo, we're going to perform a basic setup of a two-node Windows Server failover cluster with a disk quorum. So this demo is going to be the prep work for the SQL Server always on availability group setup in the future. So let's take a look at the demo systems we're going to use. So in the previous videos, we set up a domain controller, and also we have two servers. Windows Server joined the domain controller. So we total have a 3 machine, 1 domain controller, and the 2 we call database server. And we also reuse the domain controller, this server, as a iSCSI server, because the iSCSI server is going to provide the like shared disk for these two servers to use for the cluster. Okay. In this demo, we're going to create a quorum disk for the witness. And so the 2DB server, it's Windows 2025. This is the IP. So IP is from 2 to 5, 2 to 6, and then 2 to 7. And during the cluster creation, we need to give a cluster name. We just simply call it the W22 cluster. So the name is W22 domain controller, W22 DB server 1, DB server 2, and the cluster. So this is just for simplicity. 567, that is the IP addresses. So this is briefly the task list. So we just use this domain controller as a SCSI server. So we're going to create the virtual disk and the SCSI target. Then on the DB server, we're going to start the initiator and discover the target and then format the disk and mount the disk. After that, we're going to enable the cluster service using the server manager, add features. And after it's going to create the cluster. We can use either of the node and using the failover cluster manager. After that, we'll briefly review the cluster. Okay, so let's start. So I have 3 windows. This window is you see this one. It is one of the DB server, W22D2 IP address. So this window is I'm going to switch these 3 windows, okay? W22D1, so this is the domain controller. So the currently from last video, so this is the computer joined this domain. Okay, let me do a refresh. This is 2 server, okay? All right, so on the domain controller, so as we said, we're going to also use this as a SCSI server. At this moment, if we from the server manager go through, there's no our iSCSI target server has not been installed, so we're gonna have to use the wizard to add. Okay, so let's go back to the go back to the dashboard. So from the dashboard, so we're going to see add role and the features. And so let's go to next, role and the feature installation. So this is our domain controller server. Because I don't have too many servers, so I just reuse this. Okay. Of course, in the real world, you can have a different server to provide this shared storage. Let's get to this page. So we're going to go to the features. So we're going to use this one, okay? Failover clustering feature. So add a feature and go to next. So We can add this one if needed to restart, but I don't think this is gonna be needed. Okay, so this is the failover cluster, but anyway, so well, I shouldn't install this on the domain controller. I think the one should be the iSCSI. Okay, so this should be installed for the I will remove later. Okay, so let's restart. Okay, so I'm going to go to add row and features. Go to next. Go to next. Go to next. And I think because something's running at this moment, we have to wait. Okay. So let me pause the video and come back once another one was finished. All right, while waiting, let's go to the DB server 1 and the DB server 2. Do the similar thing. So we're going to go to dashboard, so add row and feature, and the next. So we're going to go to the features. So we're gonna go to the failover clustering. So, all right, the failover clustering is for these database servers. Okay, so we're going to install. So this is one. Let me go to the another one that is DB D1. Similar thing. Go to server manager and add the clustering feature. Okay, so we're going to go to add a row and features. Have to wait. Let's wait. Okay. Add a row features and the next. So going to take this where it is clustering, failover clustering. Okay, here it is. All right, so going to restart if needed. Okay. So we're going to install. Okay, so this is I installed the failover cluster on this 2DB server. On domain server, it shouldn't, but it's fine. So we can remove it. This is just demo. So server row, and so for here, so we're going to go to the file and the storage and expand this one file and the SCSI service, and then so here it is. So we're gonna in one of the previous video we already had those demo to enable our SCSI task. Okay, so a target and go to next. So we just repeat some information and just make it ease for this the whole thing. Okay, so all right, so the SCSI should be fairly quick. Okay, so and let's look at another two. So this is installed still in progress. Let's go back to the domain controller. So let's just wait a little bit. All right, it says installation succeeded on the this domain's controller server. All right, so let's expand this right now. Now, if we do the iSCSI, you see now it's different. It says to create iSCSI virtual disk and start the. So we're gonna use the virtual disk wizard, and It's very straightforward. So because this is just for demo, and in the real world we cannot do like this, right? So we have to use like a command line, use the PowerShell if we do the automation. But anyway, for this one, and it is our uh, establish a environment we can practice and learn. Okay, so now we're going to see where we create the virtual disk location, and go to next, and let's go back. So I'm going to use the C drive. So this server 101 drive. So now we're going to see our virtual disk name. So virtual disk name, we're going to call the quorum. Whatever name is fine. I'm going to use this for the quorum. Okay. So let's see. It's called the quorum disk. All right. So go to next. And the size typically is 1 gig is enough. So we're going to give it a fixed size. Okay. And say, then this is SCSI target. So we don't have target yet. So we can create one. Okay. Go to next. So the target name, well, let's see, we call the quorum. Okay. Whatever name you like to call, but just identify this the target name. Okay. And go to next. So now we're going to add the server to access this shared disk. So we're going to add. So we can use domain name or we can use IP. Okay, so in this case, as last time, we just use IP. We know 192.168.1.226. That is the D1 server in my case. So I'm going to just add this one. So we can add another one. So also use IP address. It is 192.168.1.227. 227. So 567, just in this order. Easy to remember. So I'm going to click next. Here it is basically for security, you provided username, password, access. In the lab, we don't need these things, so we just mainly it is to set up the environment to connect to use, okay, the shared disk. So confirmation. So now go ahead to create. It should be pretty quick, just 1 gig disk. You see, create virtual disk, create SCSI target, set target access, and assign to the target. Okay. All right. So it's closed. You can see this. The list. It's basically it's not connected yet. The target name, the virtual disk name. Okay. All right, so this part is done. Let's if we go back to the document early on this screen for some reason. So here it is. So for this one, we already did add iSCSI row feature or row. Yeah, it is the row, and create a virtual disk and iSCSI target. Then on the DB server, we're going to start and iSCSI initiator and discover the target and then format the disk. Okay, so let's do it from 01. So at this moment, installation was successful. So actually this, for this, we just, during the time, we just, so basically what we did is this one, okay? So we just, it doesn't matter at when you do it, but it's similar thing. Okay, so let's close it. So I'm gonna go from here, close it. So this once means it's the task is completed. So now we're gonna from the computer. So we're gonna do a computer management. Okay. So computer management. So from the computer management, we're going to let's see, service and application disk. So this is the disk. Okay. So let me search another one. So we're gonna use the iSCSI initiator. Okay, so we're gonna go from the iSCSI initiator. So we need to first, you see, iSCSI service is now running. It is similar on the Linux. You remember we use the iSCSI D on the client side to provide this service. Okay, so this Windows is called iSCSI initiator. So first we need the target. The target, it is basically, in our case, is WDC, right? Or we can use IP address. Okay, let's do a quick connect. So you see we find it. So that is the one. Now it's connected. So we can see. Before we do that, oh, here it is. It says discover, so it's done. And click OK. So this is the disk. So at this moment, we can follow the typically. So we basically bring this disk online. Let's see. It's online. Now we're going to see it is initialized disk. It's online or not? Yeah, it's online. Let's see, initialize disk. So we're gonna use the GPT or use the MBR, same thing. So click OK. All right, so now we're going to do format. Okay, so we're going to new simple volume and go to next. Go to next. All right, so we're gonna assign a drive. So let's see, we call it the Q, just for easy to remember. We call the Q drive. Okay, and let's see, go to next. So let's see, it's called the quorum disk. Okay, quorum. Really, but just for ease to remember. Okay, so we call it finish. Once it's finished, and you see this is a quorum disk, so 1 gig, and it is the Q drive. Okay, so let me close this one. Let's go to Windows Explorer and go to my computer. Right now, you see, this is the Q drive. It is mounted. Okay, it is on the. So let's go to the second server. We're probably gonna do the similar thing. And the second server, we are going to do a same thing. Let's search the iSCSI initiator. Let's open it. So it's now running. Same thing. We just started. So we're going to find the target. It's going to be, in our case, it's W25DC. Let's do a quick connect. So connected. It's finished. It's okay. All right. So let's go to here first. So let's take a look at the Windows Explorer. Not Windows File Explorer. Let's go to my computer. So you don't see that yet. So we have to go to the disk management. Let me see if I can go to simple disk. Disk management. No, so I have to go to computer management. Okay, so computer management. Let me minimize this one. Probably at this moment we can leave it as is, but let's just continue. Okay, so from disk management, same thing. You see, we see this is offline. Let's do a right click. It's online. All right, so because we already formatted and mounted, so it's already known to it's on the the D1 server. Okay, so on the D2 when we bring it on online, so it's already recognize it. Okay, so if we go to computer, so now you can see it. Okay, so this disk was shared by these two computers. Now let's go to the so we basically started Oscar. These was the initiator, discovered the target, and the format and mount the drive. So it's done for both node. Early we also added the cluster service and using the server manager. So now we're gonna create the cluster. So we're gonna use called failover cluster manager. Okay. So let me use D1 to do this work. So from D1, let's search. It's called failover. Let me see. Failover. Let's see. Cluster. Failover. Can't find it. Let me see where it is. It should. Let me go to D2. See. Should have called failover cluster. Okay. Yeah, failover cluster manager. Okay, so it is. Let me see why D1 it's didn't finish yet. So I thought it's already completed. Let me go back to this one. And let's see. Add a row and a feature. Next. Oh, did we do this? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, failover class. It is installed. So let me go back to the search again. Okay, it should be called failover cluster. Why it's not finding it? Cluster manager. That's strange. But let me try one more time. Okay. Maybe something wrong with this search. Let me go this one. F A failover. Give me a sec. Let me find it. Why it's not searchable. Okay. All right. Let's continue. I don't know why this search doesn't work. Now it's working. So this is on the D1 server failover class manager. You can search from search bar. You can also from the Windows tools. You can see a failover cluster, early SCSI initiator. Those things we can also get from here. Okay. Anyway, so let's create the cluster. And so we're going to just start this failover cluster. And now it's started. So we're gonna create the cluster, okay? All right, so from here, you see create a cluster. So we can see just pretty straightforward. Let's see go to next and enter server name. So we have the server itself, right? So let's just do so. We have W22 D check name. So we have D1 and D2. All right, so click OK. Okay. All right, so we added these two servers. This is we call in our case two nodes. Okay. So then it's continue. It's not much, just default. Okay. Yeah. Also continue. All right. So typically, we first time we will run the all the test that is recommended. So we will check everything, and if any some error, we have to fix it before approach. Okay. So we're gonna go to next. So the failover class manager is going to do a very extensive like check. So after that, we're going to review the report to see anything substantial. If everything okay, so we're going to proceed with the creation. All right, the validation is completed. There's some warning, so we can take a quick look. Okay. So you can see success, some warning, a few warning. So let's view the full report. So there's two warnings. One it is network. So I believe this one. Let's see, validate network configuration. So basically, let's see. Okay, so that's one's fine. Basically, they saying we use just a single network interface. In the production, we should have private network, a private network interface for the heartbeat. Okay, so for this demo, we want to use the public network. So that's this one should be fine. And let's go back to so system configuration, software update lamp. So that's fine. So we just not complain, just say to do the update. So we already have the software installed what we want. So it's pretty clean at this moment. Let's see. Yeah. So it's very clean. So we are ready to create. Okay. So the validation is finished. So we can go into do the creation. So as we said, we're gonna call this cluster cluster. Okay, just see this one. Cluster W25 cluster. So this is our cluster name, and we're gonna give a IP address, static IP address. In my case, it's 228. So the next available. Let's go to the document. So we said we're gonna call it W22 cluster, and this is the IP. All right, so let's go to the domain controller. Early we said let's go to the tools, go to the Active Directory, user, and the computers, and so you see this is the computer joined. Okay, so we're going to do a refresh. So let's go back to the creation. So once we create this, they will show up in the domain controller, okay, or in the DNS. All right, so it's eligible, add all eligible storage to the cluster. We only have one shared disk, so cluster name, node 1, node 2, and ready to go, okay? So let's go to our domain controller. So let's do a refresh. We should see this. Yeah, you see this is the one. It is the cluster name and registered in the Active Directory. So if we go to DNS, we should see the same thing. Okay. So DNS. Let's see. Let's see. Romance. Where should I see it? Let's go to Tools. DNS. Yeah. So from here, we should see the here it is. You see, this is our domain, right? So this is the 3 servers, and also the class is also showed up in the DNS entry. Okay, and later when we create the SQL cluster, they're gonna be the similar thing. Okay, like they always on like listeners. Okay, or if we use the SQL Server FCI failover cluster instance, we're going to have a similar thing in the AD Active Directory domain service, and also the domain controller. So we will have this the AD Active Directory will have this engine. All right, so let's go back to D1. Okay, it is finished pretty quick. So finished. Okay, so now we have our cluster created successful. So let's expand this one. So first we see the roles. Right now it should have one row. So this is user manager group. So this is created by default. I believe this is only happened to Windows 2025. So we're gonna leave it as is. We won't touch it, and we need if we want, we have to spend some time to learn what is the user manager group. Because previous versions they don't have this default role. So node, we have node D1, node D2, and assign the root and the current root. Okay, storage. So we have the disk. So this is the disk. It is a disk witness. It's automatically by the when we do the cluster. So the cluster have certain built-in features. So they will just and let's go back to the row. Click on this one. So you can see it's running. If you see the resources, this is the resources. Let's go to here. All right, so you see here, it is the witness. It is using the cluster disk 1. So actually we can let's rename it. Okay, so in this way it's easy to. So let's see. We're going to go to more. No, we're going to go to properties. So let's rename it. So we want to call it quorum. Okay, quorum disk. Apply. Okay. All right. So it's easy to remember. Okay. So now if we go back to the cluster, so this is basically the cluster property summary of the cluster. You can see the cluster have one cluster row and two nodes, and the witness is the quorum, and the quorum using this storage, quorum storage. So at this moment, the cluster is ready. So next video, we should be able to, and should be able to do the how to see the SQL Server AG availability group. Okay, always on availability group. All right, so it is relatively smooth this time, and to create this cluster, and also let me mention one more thing, and let's see where it is more option. So I would also point it out regarding the configure the class quorum setting. So in our case, we use the disk. Okay, so you can also use this one to configure the quorum configuration. So for example, if we use this one, you can see it is configure disk witness, and you configure the file share. File share is relatively simple. You just create a file share instead of use the shared disk. Okay, you can also use the cloud. I think disk witness probably is the most common one. Okay, all right. So that's all for this video.